Welcome to F1 2025 Career Mode as Lewis Hamilton. As a Lewis fan, this season has been very disappointing to watch, and I decided let's do a career mode as Lewis to rewrite history. This grid reveal is such a neat feature. I think it builds up the hype of the Formula One season and captures every driver, even if they're not quite in the right place, such as Jack Doohan. Regardless, this is going to be a realistic career mode, and I'm very excited for this. What we're doing here is 110% AI difficulty, basically default setups. I'm not going to work on those at all. And of course, we're going to go with full damage. We're going to go with no rewinds. And of course, our goal is to race clean and race realistically. So here we are in qualifying. We're going short qualifying, just one session. We don't need Q1, Q2, Q3, all that nonsense. But we're on our first flying lap, and coming into the chicane, we get Lance Strolled, and so that's going to cost us some time. But we're still going to try and get a good quality lap time in. At the very least, it's the first run of the session. We have enough time for 3 separate runs, but we want to make sure we set a good first lap down, and we're in between Bortoleto and Behrman. We've dropped down to 11th as we go for the second lap. Now, I know that we lost some time to Lance, but there's no way we lost as much time as I'm looking to find here. We're about a second off of Leclerc. We got a lot of work to do. Right now, we're just barely keeping pace with ourselves. Now coming up to the chicane. How much time is there really to be had here in turn 9? There's actually quite a bit, so we get a few tenths out of that. We nail the chicane using just about the rest of the battery here, at least saving some more for that main straight. We only got 20% left, so we've done a really good job of managing that here on this lap. We're almost half a second up. And this is a very, very important lap, but it may not be the premier lap. This is, again, just to give us something to fall back on in case the last lap goes wrong. And we're almost 6 tenths up on ourselves. Where does this put us? And it's going to be, bam, 7th, right behind the Mercedes. Now for the one that really counts, we're already 2 tenths up as we head down to turn 9 to the chicane. And hit this one pretty well. Maybe could have done a little bit better, but we're still 2 tenths up. Purple in the middle sector. Gasly's gone up to 6, so we definitely want to improve. Hard on the brakes, maybe a little bit too hard. We lose some time. And now coming through turn 12 and losing it on the curb. And unfortunately, that is our quali done. It looks like we're going to end up P8 for the session. Cloudy day, but we're not expecting any rain for the Grand Prix here on race day. Yeah, we have qualified in 8th, which is actually right where Lewis started the race in real life. Now, this one was a very interesting race in real life because of the weather conditions. Here, we're just going to go medium to hard, nothing crazy. And we get ready for the race start. So we can see our teammate up there in P4, Leclerc with a really good quali, 5 red lights, and away we go. And lots of wheel spin, just a terrible start getting off the line. Antonelli's got us covered off, goes to the inside, we look, nothing doing, but look at Albon. He's actually going to get us here into turn 1, and we're going to hold it. Got to keep this position. You don't want to lose a position off the start. Hard on the brakes, keeping it to the inside. Albon is still there, but we're really going to pinch through the next couple of corners if we need to and squeeze, but we don't have to. We're going to get the position, thankfully. And now we're just going to try and keep up with Antonelli. We lose a little bit of time, but no positions lost. There's a train up ahead, of course, with the race just starting. It's going to take some time for the field to spread out. But it looks like George Russell is at the head of this train with the 2 McLarens up ahead. And we kind of close the gap, but there's no overtaking opportunities just yet. You can see the different tire compounds. Gasly ahead with the hard, Antonelli, as well as Hamilton on the mediums. Albon behind us on the hard, and Tsunoda realistically running in 10th, it looks like. And he's got the mediums on. Now this straight is very important. We want to make sure that we have enough overtake battery, and we need DRS, as it's just too long to not have that DRS advantage. coming out of the chicane. Want to make sure we don't bottom out too hard on that curb. Heavy braking, side by side, Gasly and Antonelli. Now I've thought about turning off the name tags. The reason why I did not is because when I'm turning the wheel, that may be the only indicator of where the other cars are. Like, you can't really see Gasly. You got to assume that he's there. But as they're side by side coming out of the final corner, Gasly has DRS and he's ahead of Antonelli. So let's see if we can get Antonelli. Gasly slows down and there's nowhere for us to go. Making sure we cover off Alex. And we get through the first corner just fine. Now running down the turn 3. Go to the inside on Gasly. Is there anything here? Ooh, a touch with Antonelli. No damage. We get lucky. And nothing doing. Gasly's going to stay ahead. But we're right there. The battle is on. And we do have some overtake. We got a decent amount of battery to use. We close the gap again to Gasly. Right here. This is where we want to use all of our battery. And open up that rear wing. Gasly gets up the inside. Closes the gap, but we're here. Antonelli, can we go for both? Yes, we can. Up the inside, and what a move. Just like that, we're up to 6th. Leclerc up ahead in 5th, battling it out with Max. There's a battle up ahead, basically, for the final podium position, it appears, or actually for P2. As we've got Piastri ahead. Russell in 2nd, Norris in 3rd, Verstappen in 4th, and Leclerc up in 5th. We're up in 6th. We're looking to get this position basically, or at least keep up with these guys up ahead. So again, the slipstream and the DRS is extremely important. You can see as well the AI, they're going to be holding themselves up when they battle. They battle way too stubbornly into some of these corners and they lose a lot of time. Small lockup ahead, but nothing too interesting going on up in front. Gotta head to lap 7. Leclerc with a massive run on Norris, who seems to be struggling on the hard compound. And Leclerc's going to step out, go for the move. And around the outside he goes. And now we have an opportunity as it's a double DRS zone. Norris is going to be a sitting duck. And we're using all of the charge again to the inside. Norris covers, but not enough. Hard on the brakes. Grab the apex and maybe squeeze him out. Yellow flag. What's going on? We're going to try and stay ahead. Deal with the consequences later. I don't know if Norris was even able to battle back. I'm not sure who was ahead technically when the yellow flag came out, but Bortoleto, his debut Grand Prix has not gone well. He's pulled over with a mechanical failure. And now defending it from Norris. Very, very difficult to do right now as the medium tires are falling off and we make a mistake and he's going to get us out of turn 2. And now he's just Kimi Antonelli. Want to defend against him. We can let Norris by, but we cannot let Kimi by. And he keeps his nose in. He's being cheeky. We keep him behind. And we remain in 6th. The team wanted me to keep Norris behind us, but that just wasn't going to happen as Norris eventually gets past Leclerc. Everybody coming into pit, and now here is our turn as well. We're pitting from 4th. Bit of an awkward pit entry. We get it slowed down with no flashbacks. We've got to get it slowed down here. Turn in, optimal, perfect. And now holding the clutch, getting ready to go. And we have to wait for Tsunoda. This could... Nope, we're okay. We do get out ahead of Antonelli. I was worried that we wouldn't. Now coming out of the pits, here's Leclerc and Albon. Albon, and we're defending from Antonelli as well. How is Alex ahead of us? There's nowhere for us to go. He's beat us with the overcut, hasn't he? I mean, he was well behind us. How did he manage? I know we got held up on pit road. What a job by the Williams pit crew. Now cut ahead to lap 15. Albon and Leclerc on the medium tires are long gone. I'm having a hard time keeping Antonelli behind us. He's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS, and he's basically got the position. But he makes a mistake, and we're going to give him right back by. Rookie move from Kimi. I was content to just basically play ding-dong DRS, but unfortunately for him, he's made the mistake, and now we're going to have to be stubborn. We're going to have to keep him behind. Cut ahead to the end of lap 18. Albon and Leclerc really duking it out. And now we're in DRS range. We've basically caught up to them. This is going to help us keep Antonelli behind. We use some battery, but we can afford to save some. for us to go on the offensive. So Leclerc battling hard with the Williams. Again, they've lost so much time. And now Kimi again around the outside. And we're hard on the brakes to keep the position. And we managed to do so. He's been very, very stubborn. I'm surprised that we just don't have the straight line speed. But with the DRS, we're okay. Now on the final lap, again, Leclerc trying to get back by Albon, but it's not been easy for him. The Williams really fast, and we get into the wall. Thankfully, no damage. Really fortunate there to have no damage. Now coming through the middle sector, we are as close as we've ever been, within half a second of our teammate. This DRS zone is going to be crucial as we prepare for an overtake. And we are so close, within a quarter of a second. We've got all the charge that we need to complete the lap. And we're right up underneath his gearbox. We slip out into, hopefully, the 6th place. And we're crushing Albon on the straight. We're going to go for it again. It's another double overtake. And securing 5th place with that move. Can Leclerc follow us back through? He's got DRS, Albon doesn't. We're going to be watching in our mirrors here to see if Leclerc can get the position. He's nosed ahead. Piastri with the victory. And looks like we're going to bring it home in 5th. Leclerc with the nose, but Albon with the inside line into the final corner. He's got the position. We're going to finish ahead of our teammate in 5th. And Leclerc in 7th.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Really good finish overall. I'm pretty proud of how this one turned out for us to finish 5th. Really good work. Max will get driver of the day. To qualify 8th and finish 5th, maybe we could have qualified a little bit better. It's a 1-2 for McLaren. Really good work by them. Piastri with the victory. And of course, again, McLaren with the 1-2. They're going to be really, really solid here in this career mode. Max with the podium. George in 4th, and then of course we're right there in 5th. Gosh, those McLarens were quick. Alex was really quick as well. We'll take a look at this final lap. The camera's focused on the chicane. Hamilton gets the position, and now Leclerc with the slipstream and the DRS on Albon, who goes to the inside to cover. Leclerc around the outside. This is not an easy move, but if he can hold it around the outside, it will become the inside. And he does hold it around the outside. It becomes the preferred line, but he just doesn't have the grip to maybe even force Alex off. And so Alex will finish in 6th. And it was a pretty close battle with Antonelli lurking and Ocon as well. But technically, with that performance, we are outperforming Leclerc. And yep, P5, so not a bad start to the season. Not bad at all. And I guess we'll see you next round.